That's what matters. Murder.
Macte virtute.
He did this to you. Please. No. Murder.
Defaced by the Absolute's mark. I can think of no better target for vandals.
Are you alright?
Have to keep going.
Ah, good evening to you. I take it you're here to pick me up on that bedtime story you were promised. Marvelous. It's a story full of answers long overdue. It is the story of a man who fell in love with a goddess. Thank you. Once upon a time, not quite that long ago, there lived a wizard in a tower. The wizard was what one might call a prodigy, who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it, like a musician or a poet. Such was his skill that it earned him the attention of the mother of magic herself, the Lady of Mysteries, Mystra. Love. Perhaps it was not quite love, but you see, the wizard was but a very young man. It was most certainly love to him. Mystra showed him the secrets beneath the veils. The gossamer veils first, draped across the weave. The delicate veils next, draped across her body. Chosen one, she whispered, and she slipped them off completely. Yes, until one day, all too soon, the whispers stopped. The goddess spurned the mortal. The veils were drawn once more, and the wizard was left behind, heartbroken. Poor wizard. Silly wizard too. For he wouldn't take no for an answer. Like so many of the heartbroken, he did something infinitely foolish. One has to think big if one seeks to win back a goddess. So the wizard thought big. Here goes. Once upon a time, very long ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his story for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic unleashed that day was phenomenal. Rolling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. A fragment of it was caught and sealed away in a book. No ordinary book, mind you. A tome of gateways that contained within it a bubble of astral plane. It was a fragment of primal weave locked out of time. Locked away from Mystra herself. What if, the silly wizard thought, what if after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? The answer was to try, and the outcome was to fail. Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you in. Into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, then suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws. It's unstoppable as it digs through you and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry?
Terrifying, isn't it? And that is only the beginning. This netherese taint, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as it absorbs weave, it remains stable, to an extent. The moment it becomes unstable, however, it will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. It is my truth, finally revealed. It is this folly that led Mystra to abandon me completely. I can only hope that you won't abandon me as well. After all we've been through, surely we can brave even this side by side. That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. It is an honor to call you a friend. Many challenges lie ahead, but in this moment I believe nothing to be insurmountable. What do you say? Should we call it a night, or do you have questions for me? I'll be honest with you. I don't know. She's my muse still, the embodiment of magic. But the embodiment of love? Only if we ever meet again will I know. The orb was kept safe and inert in a pocket of astral plane, suspended in time. If I can somehow manage to expel it from my body while in the astral plane, it will be rendered inert again. Alternatively, I could learn to control its chaotic magic. That is, to succeed where I failed before. Without Mistra's favor, I don't see how that may come to pass. Of course, there could be different answers as well. Faerun brims with more magic than any one wizard could fathom, let alone comprehend. Who knows what outlandish solutions may yet present themselves. Good night, then. And thank you.
Shah's blessings upon you.
Moving in.
My favorite traveling companion.
How can I help? Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistril, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistril sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistril, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. For a spell, Mistril was reborn as Mystra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus, not to destroy Mystra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Well met.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Speak, quickly.
Light on my feet.
Oakfather's blessings to you. Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, that I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand. I've inspected a tadpole up close and seen the effects of them on the absolute so-called true souls. Powerful, certainly, but clearly arrested by magic, too. The question I just can't answer is, who has done this? And why? There'll be no firm answers until Moonrise towers, I fear. Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection. Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source. Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceremorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Very well.
Fate spins along as it should, although thou dost not seem to be in need of my services.
Need to find a way forward.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Should mind my step. Breathe deep and move.
Fate spins along as it should, although thou dost not seem to be in need of my services.
Over, then through. Can't slow down.
Forge your blade in the fires and raise it in the mistress's name.
On my way. Another step forward. With haste.
Centuries of blazing heat have smoothed away the plaque's inscription.
Don't waste a step. This must be the forge. What a sight to behold. Time to press ahead. what to do. An opening in the metal. That mold should fit perfectly. Perfect fit. I just need the raw materials. How much further can I go? Wonder if the gods are watching me. Never wanted the easy path. Nothing will stand in my way. No choice but to keep going. At the ready. Maybe I need more pockets. Moving ahead.
And I'm off.
Execro.
Action, not reaction.
Still alive, so that's progress.
The pride of the gate.
Never a dull moment.
Sharp as ever.
No one back home will ever believe this. These boots have seen everything. What path lies before me? Best be on my way. It's full. That did the trick all right. And down it goes. One day I'll catch a break.
Trust no one.
Indolence breeds madness.
All right, what now?
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
At least things have stayed interesting. Let's move. All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Madness.
No time to rest. Don't waste a step.
Careful, I'm behind.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. With haste. Is that blood? No, never mind. Should mind my step. Breathe deep and move. Swift as my feet can carry me. One day I'll catch a break.
The lava's erupting. Better watch my step.
Quite the lively little pond, aren't you?
Macte virtute! Macte virtute!
Things feel different. Over there.
Defender of the people. Checking things out.
Looking ahead.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
No one stopped me yet. On my way.
A lava elemental. So you're what has this place all stirred up.
Keeping pace. One move ahead.
One true way.
Let's get going.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Forever dauntless.
Tormented!
Another fight. Let's go. Never wanted the easy path.
Find somewhere to camp soon.
blade at the ready.
Thou hast come!
The amulet is heavy, but holds a subtle warmth, like it was left under the sun. Suddenly, the metal surges with heat. You feel great power and an overwhelming urge to laugh.
Can thou endure?
The urge to laugh intensifies. Talking jewelry, that's hilarious.
Endure! Do not abandon my blessing.
You stifle a chuckle and drop the amulet. The urge to laugh passes.
Thou hast come!
The amulet is heavy, but holds a subtle warmth, like it was left under the sun. Suddenly, the metal surges with heat. You feel great power and an overwhelming urge to laugh.
Can thou endure?
Flying machines, walking brains. It's all so absurd.
How unfortunate. Alas, thou must do. Return me, take me home, and thou shalt glow with blessings. The Sharans tormented me, and I laughed at the pain till ne'er couldst I stop. Is there affliction more terrible than eternal joy? This is mine pleasure, this is mine curse. To mine granddaughter, Shira Clarwin, serves Ilmata she doth. She waits in Worm's Crossing, take me there, and thou shalt bathe in her golden gifts. Oh, thou shalt be blessed indeed! Prithee, now is not the time for dreaming. Open thine eyes, fair fool.
Etched on its face is an image of the dawning sun. You recognize the symbol. It belongs to those sworn to Lathander, god of dawn and renewal. Whatever madness this spirit suffers was inflicted by Lathander's enemies, followers of Shah. And this madness may flow into you.
I shall walk with thee. I shall grant you my power.
You feel a chuckle coming on, but it soon fades.
What path lies before me? Have to keep going. Eager for battle.
Inveniam via!
wonder if the gods are watching me. Light on my feet.